Get ready with me while I tell you how me and my long distance boyfriend met. Crazy, right? Really crazy. I just washed my face. I'm gonna go in with the Ordinary Glycolic Acid Toner. I don't know if you guys can see it. Okay. So it started off by us meeting off. Well, technically, let me go through the whole story. Last year I was on Chispa. It's a dating app. Oh my god, I cut myself by accident when I was like dermablading my mustache. But so I matched with this friend that lives over there next to me, like a good few 30-ish miles away. He was on the phone with Zach, his friend. Oh, okay. So he was on the phone. His friend, the one I matched with, was on the phone with Zach, aka my boyfriend, and he was screen sharing. And tell me why. He asked me about my goals, and I said that I want to get a house, I want to have kids, I want to settle down. And my boyfriend literally said, "I want her, bro, give me her." He literally like chose me. And my boyfriend told me that basically I'm the first one he ever did that to, like from the girls that he was talking to, at least. I didn't know his friend was talking to multiple girls, but he was like, "Okay, sure, let me like give you like my friend's number." So I was like, okay, I'm gonna send him my number, and obviously since they were screen sharing, you know, he got my number. And then he literally FaceTimed me, and oh my goodness, when I tell you, this man, my man, but this man, oh, he's so fine. I was like, dang, he's so fine. I was like, oh my goodness, this might work out. We have like the same goals and everything. This might work out, girl. We're still together. Anyways, our goals matched up. We got to know each other. He stayed up the whole entire night. I tried to, but then I knocked out. That's just me though. I knocked out. So when I knocked out, I think he was still on the phone with me, or like he hung up, but literally when we were FaceTiming, he told me that he has something to tell me, and I was like, fuck. And I was at the time, I was with like my niece. We were like having a sleepover. This was like I'm pretty sure the next day. And he wanted to tell me something, and then I was like, oh dang, like it better not be bad news, like, you know. Well, he had me on a cliffhanger, and me and my niece were talking, and we're like, oh, what if this, what if that? And then literally we FaceTimed later on, and he's like, I live in Florida. Yeah, mind you, I live in California. And I was like, oh, this is long distance. I didn't think of long distance to be like states away, you know. But, you know, I said, why not? Let's give it a shot. And yeah, and we gave it a shot. He came. He literally got a ticket. Mind you, he's been friends with like the guy I matched with, aka his friend, since they were like in high school. So I want to say when they were 15. And right now when we first met each other, I think we were all 22. And it was his first time seeing his friend. So he flew out to come meet me. And we went to Santa Monica Pier. We had fun, and then we got a hotel because his friend wanted to hang out the next day, and I lived further than his friend. So I told him, let's just get a hotel. And then he met my parents literally the first time he like went over. Anyways, so we're dating now. And I think it's awesome that from long distance, from two people that said that they would never like date each other, or like not date each other, but like date long distance, is crazy. It's really crazy. I don't know why, but like I was like, oh, long distance is not for me. You know, maybe an hour or two is fine, but like not a whole 3 hours, you know, ahead of me, fine. States away from me, fine. But we gave it a shot, and we've been falling in love with each other ever since. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I think the first time I said he's the one is when I guess he stayed up all night for me. And I really tried to stay up all night for him, like only if he knew. But since, you know, I really tried, He's amazing. I think I was on like spring break, or like not even spring break. It was like our anniversary is January 3rd. That's my sister's birthday, and I told her that. I'm like, yeah, I met him on your birthday. But yeah. Oh my goodness, I am bleeding. Look at that. Yeah. It's fine. I'll like clean it off right now. But yeah. We've been getting to know each other, and I think it's pretty good. It's 6 months now. We just completed 6 months today. Today is July 3rd, so we completed 6 months, and we're halfway to a year. And he said this is his first time actually being with someone and about to hit a year together, because he usually breaks up with like at least the last ones he broke up with them like after 3 months or so. But yeah, we've been together for a while now, and our goals right now is to save money and get a house. And I might move over here. It's not a bad place over here, it's just I'm gonna be away from my family, so it might be a little hard. But that's how we met. And how is it going between me and him? We're doing good. Like, yeah, we have our ups and downs, but it's not to the point where like we don't talk to each other and like basically get mad at each other and not talk to each other. No, we haven't gotten mad at each other. We talk about it. Like, obviously it takes us a bit, but you know, we just have to figure out like how to communicate more. And me and him are like literally like two peas in a pod. He is my best friend, my boyfriend, my everything. I told him once we like have kids and stuff, like it'd be nice to like tell them how we met, because you know, like no matter where you are, you feel like there's no one for you. Well, there is. They might just be very freaking far, a few states away, a state away, a few hours away, and you should just give it a shot and don't give up. Because mind you, me and him were both ready for a relationship, and I just wanted to settle down, and he wanted to settle down too, so we just settled down. And I say, for like relationship advice, talk to one another. Even if you're mad at each other, like you have to look at them if you were talking to them, if they were like their younger selves, because that's the way you're like, I don't want to scream at them, and I just want to be like straightforward but not too mean, and for them to understand. So you just gotta talk to each other, have a lot of trust, because obviously long distance is a lot of trust. And if I'm being honest, I think we're doing pretty amazing, because we do FaceTime like every day when I'm like over there and he's over here. By the way, I'm in Florida right now, but yeah, we just communicate a lot. I tell him my day, what's bothering me. And literally, like, I think that's what I would want to say. Is like, and if you guys need distance, aka since, you know, like, any relationship advice, even long distance and not long distance, I want to say, give each other space and time if needed. Support one another, obviously. And don't think negatively of like, oh, if they're not answering and you're like, oh, they might be cheating on me. They might be doing this, or like, you know, doing something they're not supposed to, even though, like, you know, you gotta have trust. Like, you can't think negatively, you have to think positively, and there has to be a lot of trust, like a lot. But yeah, and that's how we met, and that's how it's going. What the future holds for us, we do not know, but we do hope once we hit a year, it's like promise rings, and then another year goes by, engagement rings, and probably by the time, you know, he puts a ring, like an engagement ring on it, we're gonna start looking for houses over here, and then we're gonna get married at the house we like get, so we, you know, save money. And just, I told him I just want the main people that make a difference, or like I usually talk to, or they always ask about me, to my mom. Like, I want them to be there. And I already have a few people on my list, and I know he has a few people on his list, and he has like 2 people that are going to be his groommen, so now I have to choose 2 people, 2 bridesmaids basically. And I don't know, I told him we'll see, maybe it might be a different wedding where there's more bridesmaids than grooms. Because I told him, I'm like, I have an idea, but I'm not gonna say it now, but it's just an idea. And for my bachelorette party, I do want it to be different, where like, you know how a lot of bachelorette parties, there's like I want to say friends only, like her last night being like by herself or whatever. I don't know what that meaning is for bachelorette party, but I want it to also be family. So that's one of the things that I told him, like, yeah, I would want to do that for my bachelorette party. At least whoever is like the main person. I already know who is the main person, but yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching and have an amazing day.